We mapped the cosmic Cold War where the Jedi met the Syndicate and analyzed the master plan, the motive, and the wicked grit. From Gotham's gritty alleys to the throne room on Apocalypse, unleashing lore, heavy knowledge from the serpent's verbal exodus. Welcome to the Villainz Lair podcast. Welcome to the Villainz Lair podcast.
And welcome everyone inside the Villainz Lair. Ryan, Alvin, and it is a Mortal Kombat release day. We are so excited that the Mortal Kombat movie is coming out. We will have a Mortal Kombat review up on the channel later today. But first, Alvin, how are you, brother?
What up, man? Happy Friday. We've been in the show now for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's going great. And today is a special day, and I'm wearing my pants. So let's do it.
That is a special day. Also a special day because we have a special guest we're about to welcome in here in a second. But just to touch on Mortal Kombat 2 real quick, I had the opportunity to watch it last night at a late release. And let's just say I was so into what we saw last night. I will be dropping that review and you'll get all my thoughts on the channel later today. But let's welcome in our guest, our man of the hour, Santino Corleon. How are you, brother?
What's up? How you doing, guys?
What up, dude?
Excuse my background. I got a bunch of laundry. I'm touring, so it's just clothes all over the place.
Yeah, man. So if you've watched a sports show, if you've watched a NBA game or a NFL game, you have heard Santino's music. You know, you've been on tour with guys like Ghostface Killah. Like, what is that like for you?
It's fun, man. It's a dream come true. Honestly, sometimes I'm like, it's like a dream. Like, my 13-year-old self who listened to Wu-Tang and who listened to Ghostface Killah and stuff, I'm like, I wish I could go back and talk to him sometime and be like, yo, these dudes you listening to are going to be your peers one day. So
right.
It's cool.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So we wanted you on the show today because, you know, you've had some of these like really fun reels, like sharing, you know, your inner sort of geek and stuff. And what were the influences that got you into this, you know, superhero geek culture life?
I mean, as you can see, probably my background is full of Marvel stuff back there. I don't know. I think my uncle was a drawer and he drew really well. He was autistic, and I don't think they really knew what autism really was back then. So I don't think he really was properly diagnosed, but he could literally see something and draw it verbatim from his mental. You know what I'm saying? So he would draw a lot of characters and comic book characters. So immediately he got me into that. But I think what radicalized me as a nerd and as a comic book fan is probably the '89 Michael Keaton Batman when I was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
So I watched that every day for at least a year, I think. And I had all the toys and I was just a Batman head. And I think that's what drew me into the whole superhero culture.
Me too, man. It still holds up too, bro.
Oh, 100%. I got my son loving it now.
Hell yeah. Speaking of Batman, as you see in my collection, I got some Batman stuff. And in your background, you have a bunch of collections too, man. What kind of collections do you collect?
I honestly collect anything that I can get my hands on Marvel. I don't really care what it is. I started with, so I got this house probably like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was my first time. I was like, oh, I can make myself a man cave. You know what I mean? Shout out to my music career being able to help me get this house. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna make that shit into a man cave. So I started collecting the Happy Meal toys that were the Avengers Happy Meal toys. Okay. So my kids started getting them. I'm like, these are actually pretty cool. And I was like, I can slide them all across my mantle back there. And so I kind of started with that. And I had a lot of, you know, bobbleheads and Funko and stuff like that I kind of been keeping around for safekeeping. And that's kind of where that started. So I just collect anything that's cool. And I think it will fit the mantle up there. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's DC or Marvel, honestly.
It's like a rabbit hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Like once you start, you can't stop. You know?
Exactly. It kind of starts with my music career on this side, and then it goes down to the Marvel, and then it goes down to the Bengals, and it shoots across to the Reds. So it's pretty cool.
Dope. So, you know, we talked about your music career. What's, you know, musically speaking, what's the next project? What do you got going on right now, or the next tour?
I'm currently on tour right now. I'm just on a break. I'm on tour with Ghostface Killah on the Supreme Clientele 2 tour, and we've been touring literally since January. So it's been like crazy. We've touched every part of the country pretty much except one region, and that's on the schedule later on in June, I believe. So it's just been crazy. I'm as far as projects go, me and my brother DW Joe, we have a company called Legacy and Winners Entertainment, but we also drop music under that. So we're doing a couple projects with that, but then as well as my sync placement music with 83 Sound, we got a lot of things in the works with the NFL, Major League Baseball, that type of stuff. So just trying to stay busy with that type of thing. You know what I mean?
Speaking of music, man, like you're talking about Batman with Michael Keaton. I'm going to talk about Batman
Prince.
with Batman.
I know what you're going to say. You're going to say Prince.
No. I was just going to say, look, Method Man did the Riddler, right?
Yeah.
Sound from Batman Forever. There's some songs recently, like Post Malone doing something for Into the Spider-Verse and stuff like that.
True.
You know, like Black Panther soundtrack.
One of my favorite soundtracks. That soundtrack actually reminds me of LA because I was in LA when it dropped and I was just beating that shit for like a whole week. And it just every time I hear it, I'm in LA in my mind.
Hell yeah. But what would be a dream movie or soundtrack you would have if you were about to make one in the future for any upcoming superhero movies?
I would love to get something in Doomsday would be crazy. Something in Doomsday would be crazy. And even the up and coming Spider-Man, that would be cool too. You know what I'm saying? Anything Marvel, anything on that level. DC, of course, too. Like, but I don't know. I started out as a Batman fan. As I got older, I became more of a Marvel fan than a DC fan. But anything in those comic book realms or movies would be a dream come true, honestly.
Yo, dude, speaking of Batman, new Lego Batman trailer just dropped yesterday.
I have not seen that yet. That's crazy. And now, look, I got a 9-year-old son, so now I don't have to pretend as much anymore. I can use my 9-year-old son as an excuse to go see these movies.
Totally.
But the song that they played was the OG song of Seal, Kiss from a Rose.
Kiss from a Rose. I actually had that on cassette tape when I was like 14, I think, when Batman was out, maybe. I don't know. I was probably younger than that, but I definitely remember Kiss from a Rose from a Grave. And when you were mentioning the original Batman, I was going to say the Prince soundtrack. I'm a huge Prince fan, Prince doing the soundtrack of the original Batman was always something that's a key staple in my life that kind of takes me back to that time when I hear those records.
Oh, the Joker scene with the Prince?
Yeah.
Party Man.
Yeah, Party Man, Bat Dance, all that.
Yeah. That should be in like Film 101 class.
Oh, 100%. He killed that soundtrack.
But speaking of Kiss from a Rose, there's been like theories about like that song is not what actually is about. They've been saying like when like lyrics like, but did you know that when it snows?
Yeah, I just seen that. It's going to ruin my childhood, but it makes sense in my adulthood. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You sneaky Seal.
Yep. I know what you're saying, Seal.
That's awesome.
All right, well, since we're in the Villainz Lair and since it is Mortal Kombat Day, we wanted to come out fighting, and we're going to do our Fight Club Friday. So what I want to do is I'm going to throw out a Marvel character, a pop culture, whether maybe a gaming character, and we're going to talk about what their fatality could be if they were like a DLC ad to the Mortal Kombat series. Since there's so many cool ones that they've done recently, like the Predator and the Terminator and Spawn. So you won't unfortunately see Spawn or the Joker in this list since they've already done it, or DC characters have had the Injustice game. So they've basically had fatalities already. So we'll kind of skew this a little more towards Marvel and maybe sneak in a couple of mystery Nintendo characters you won't be expecting.
Oh, that'll be cool.
So the first one I'd like to talk about, and we'll kind of start easy here and we'll go around and we'll kind of give our thoughts, but you got to go with a guy like Wolverine, right?
Oh, good start.
Mortal Kombat is such a slashing and hacking game, and who better than the guy with 6 blades coming out of his arms?
Exactly. That's dope. Good start.
All right, let's start with our guest here. How could a Wolverine fatality look like for you, Santino?
I think you'd have to go. I don't want to mess this up, the exact terminology of this particular Wolverine, but I think it's Berserker Wolverine where he's just going crazy, and he just goes crazy. His claws come out and he just kind of rips you up and goes crazy, and then he lights a cigar. You know what I'm saying? And be like, something bub, and you know what I mean. Some cool line follow with a bub. You know what I mean? And that would be fatality right there.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking too. Is just like the Berserker rage, and like the camera pans up, and you just see him like coming down like fast, and just like intestines and bones and everything flying, and then the next shot, the final shot with the blood seeping on
blood
the ground,
dripping all over. He lights a cigar. He's like, that's a fatality, bub.
Oh yeah, that'd be
we might
sick.
have to trademark these things, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I know. We got to get in the writer's room somehow. Ed Boon, call me.
Hey, yeah.
Exactly.
Alvin, what do you think about Wolverine?
Oh, I'm going with this one too. Oh man, I don't think I can beat that one. That's pretty good. But I might keep this one simple, just him with his claws just ramming up some person and then having them hung up with the claws and just dripping blood, and all like claws cave into the heart, and then the heart pumps up, and then you can just see the heart in his hand.
Heck yeah. That would be sick. Like if he, pull the claws out, and then it shows him like go right through, similar to like maybe what Kano's done. But let's say he goes all the way through the body, and the force of him doing that removed all the flesh from his hands. So you just see the adamantium, fit or hand, and then you see it regenerate with the heart pumping in it.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah, that would be crazy. I'd like to see that sight.
All right, so Wolverine's a good one. What about, and Alvin, we'll start with you on this one. What about the Merc with a mouth? What about Deadpool?
Oh, good one.
Oh, I feel like, oh man, that is a really good one. This is gonna be similar to Wolverine-ish from what Santino was saying, but I might have to put like a little comedic relief with this one, with him looking right in the camera and saying something snarky like, hey, check this out, whatever, because it's Deadpool. And then he'll like really use his swords and slice the hell out of someone and chop them into pieces, and maybe like at the end of it chop the head part, and then he comes out and picks up the head and starts talking to it.
Okay, that would be cool.
With blood dripping out from his head, and like just you see intestines like coming out everywhere, but just really him talking to the head at the end with fatality.
Yeah, the comic relief, I feel like, for any of this involving him is essential.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one, man.
I think for me, what I would want to see Deadpool doing, and I like sometimes the ones that kind of have like steps along the way. So let's say, you get the finish him screen, and he just pulls out like the biggest like machine gun he's got, and he's walking towards the character, and he's just unloading. You're just seeing him like shoot this guy up full of bullets. And then speaking of that grenade you see on screen, he pops out a grenade, and he like rips it out and puts it in their mouth, and then kind of turns his head, and then the explosion goes off, and it like cuts out to the wide shot. And obviously our Mortal Kombat character, or whoever's opponent, their head's blown off, and then they fall to the ground. But his arm is missing now from holding their mouth shut with the grenade in it. And then you see the little arm, tiny
baby
arm
arm,
out and wave at the screen.
Man, you guys are making this hard for me, man. This isn't fair. I think what would be cool for him is, since of course he breaks the fourth wall a lot, and if you know anything about, played the video game that was out, I don't know, a few years ago, that he would kind of do this angle where he kind of came up to the camera and kind of talk to you. Like I think they should do that, like where he kind of picks up the character who he's killed, so he's about to do a fatality. He kind of picks him up and walks him to the screen, and he's like, "What should we do here?" Because he's breaking the fourth wall. So he's talking to you, the player, and he's like, "What should we do here?" And then you have different buttons to do a different codes for each fatality, so you can run through different versions of simulated fatalities for Deadpool. Cool. You know what I mean? Like where he like pull out his swords and cut your head off or something, and say something snarky to the camera, or just some Deadpool fashion thing, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I like that. That's next level fatality.
Like, yeah, for sure.
A different step up.
It makes it meta.
Yeah, exactly. Like me and Ryan were talking about yesterday. It's not like back in the day, me playing it for Genesis, and I have to go to like a Game Pro or something and check out what the codes were because
Yep.
what it is.
I used to get my friends to write them down for me. I'll never forget those days.
Yeah.
But that would be sick. Like, you know, you obviously have to do whatever controls to start the animation. And then he does what you're talking about, where it's like a fourth wall break.
Right.
And he's like up in the screen. And then let's say he lifts a controller up and the buttons start glowing and like
That's
triangle to do this, circle to use the guns, square
or he
whatever.
pulls a controller out and does it himself.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's even more like his meta, you know?
Yeah. Like he controls, you know, he's obviously aware he's a character in some sort of comic or game or movie or whatever it is. And you'd have to utilize that if it was this, you know, fatality thing. Like he pulls the controller out, he's like, I'll take care of this myself. Like, and he just does his thing, puts the controller away, then does the fatality.
Hell yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah.
All right, we've done a couple. We've got our hero and an anti-hero. What about an outright villain?
Oh, there you go.
Let's start with the baddest of them all. What would
Doom.
a fatality from Dr. Doom look like?
Ooh, you guys want to go? Who's gonna start with this one?
I don't want to start with this one.
Okay.
It's so much stuff you can do with
this
Doom.
This is my guy right here. So let me start with this one. So obviously we know Doom, magic, technology. He sort of like blends them all together, right?
Right.
So the opening sequence is he like starts his hands go up and he starts with the magic, right? And he's basically casts a spell and uses his powers, and the opposing character basically gets like formed into like a cross, right? He's got control of their body. They're like in an X like sort of like stance.
Mm-hmm.
And then the technology side of him, and he makes a move, and then like a saw comes up from behind, like out of the ground, like with a mechanical arm, and it like cuts open the back of the character, and then you see a Doom bot from the opposite side of the screen walk in from behind them and walk into their body, and through it with the skin of the fallen character now on the Doom bot. And they come and walk up and stand next to him, and it says life model decoy.
Oh, that's dope. Dang, man, that's already hard for me now.
Dude, I'm super nerdy. Just
what you got, Alvin?
Sounds like someone's a Doom fan over
here.
Yeah. Big time.
You know what? I'm going to go total opposite of Ryan with this fatality stuff, and I'm going to have him do friendship. And he uses his dark magic to be one of his followers now, keeping it simple. How about that?
You become a Doom bot?
Yep, that's right. You become a Doom bot, and it's all about friendship from
that's
here
dope.
on out. With Doom.
That's a good one, man. I forgot about the friendship fatalities.
Yeah, like even the one where they turn into the animalities.
Yeah. Dang, you got the unlocking core memories over here. I got one where he kind of picks you up, and of course we know he can go through different points in time and different and he can just move through the multiverse pretty much how he wants to, right? So he picks you up, and it's like that Doctor Strange 2, the scene where they're falling through all the different multiverses. He throws you, and it's like a cut screen scene, and you're like falling through all these different multiverses, but then the fatality comes where you land in Dino World and some big Tyrannosaurus just swallows you up.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know, pulled that one out of my hat.
I like it.
Yeah. I was like, speaking of Multiverse of Madness, that I wanted them to stay in the Savage Land when we saw that.
Savage Land, that's what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been dope. Super sick. There were so many now, I guess I would say missed opportunities there. There were so many more cool things they could have done with that movie. And I think that because they didn't, I think people saw the title Multiverse of Madness and just thought, oh, cameo porn.
For sure.
Yeah.
All these different locations that since they didn't go full throttle with that, I think that's why that movie kind of has a little bit of a negative stigma, even though
it got a little stitch on it.
to me, I love that movie.
Yeah, and I honestly think I kind of like that they didn't, because I feel like it leaves the door open for more possibilities in the future, even for Doomsday and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That can kind of circle back to those things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was an era of multiverse madness during that time with movies, and even with Flashpoint coming out after that.
For sure.
Yeah, even though Flashpoint was a little bit, they came out with it too late, and they should have came out with it a little earlier, because by that time everyone had that multiverse perfection.
Yeah, it's kind of overused and oversaturated at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here's a character that we can go a bunch of different ways, and there's a bunch of iterations of him, so it's up to you whether it's Johnny Blaze or it's Robbie Reyes. It's up to you. So Alvin, start us off with Ghost Rider.
I feel like for this one, a must is having his bike up in there, right?
For sure.
Yeah, right? That's like you just gotta have it in there. And of course he hops in his bike, lassos his chain around, and really squeezes the hell out of him, and maybe get like some scorpion type fire burning, and then just give him a big old hug with his chain and just let him like just flame out. He's gonna be, his opponent is gonna be in pure ashes right after that, after he's all bloodied up.
Instantly,
exactly.
Santino, what about you?
I think you should do something. I don't remember. What was it? Smoke or one of the fatalities where like the demons would come up and grab you. I don't remember whose fatality was that. Cheryl Khan, somebody, I don't know. I can't remember, but I
think maybe Quan Chi.
Yeah, one of those, and that would have been more in the third. I think maybe the third Mortal Kombat or so. But like coming like some souls from hell kind of come up and grab you and like drag you down to hell. But then like on the way down, he like wraps the chain around your neck or something, so they're dragging you down, but he's pulling you back up, so he can still fuck with you, and then it like separates your body in half.
Yes, definitely. All of that.
Why are we like this, guys?
Because we played this when we were in our formative years. That's why.
See, I was trying to keep it simple. You're going in other dimensions now.
I'm trying to keep up with y'all.
I love that one. Because I love that. Wasn't just getting pulled down, but all of a sudden the chains go around, and then they're like in a tug of war.
Yeah, tug of war. That's dope.
For me, even though Robbie Reyes in the Camaro is my favorite Ghost Rider of all time, I'm gonna stay with the. I mean, I guess I could have used it for him too, but let's go Johnny Blaze, Danny Ketch style on the bike, and he gets the chains to come up and basically tie them down, and he comes up with the front wheel of his bike, and he just spins it in their face while it's like on fire, and just like you just watch all the
burn out.
Yeah, he just burns out on their face.
That's dope.
Or you can turn him into a babality and just make him into a demon child.
There you go, little devil baby.
Yeah. Take them souls.
All right, so let's do one more Marvel character. This is a good one. This is a guy that, well, kind of refers to himself as we a lot of times, because there's an alien attached to him. What about Venom?
I thought you were going to say Tony Stark. His arrogant self.
What about Venom? How could we do Venom? If you want, I can go first.
All right, yeah, you go first.
All right, so if you've played Marvel Rivals, or some of like even Marvel versus Capcom, you see sometimes like he'll kind of like melt down to the to like just kind of almost like an oil slick liquid and move around like whatever area. So I think like he does that, like the symbiote and him come down to the ground, and he moves underneath the character, and then it like comes up and it starts to like cover the character,
engulf into the character.
Yeah, and they're kind of freaking out, and then like the teeth start to come out in all these different places, and then it just like rips them open.
That'll be cool. I got one. I feel like we keep it simple with Venom. He just grabs you and bites your head off.
Yeah.
But then he like uses the remainder of your spine for like a toothpick.
Oh, love that. Anything with like the close up with the tongue, and he's like,
yeah, you got to.
Hell yeah, like just like this scene right here.
See,
yeah, exactly.
I want to do delicious of your guys' fatality. You know, I'll have the symbiote just get up and the person is getting really scared, and then after he's all trapped in there and can't move, then he bites the head off.
Oh, that's dope. And the symbiote, then it kind of like goes back into Venom.
Exactly. Chews up the head, and then the head goes on the floor, and all you see is nothing but the skull.
Hell yeah! You gotta use a line like delicious.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
All right, this one is gonna be. I mean, we're talking about some of the goriest, bloodiest, most violent things. This isn't a character you think has that in him. But what about our guy, Super Mario? Mario is now a DLC. How is Mario, bringing nightmare fuel to Mortal Kombat?
All right, I'll start you off with this one because me and my 4-year-old daughter just saw Mario Galaxy.
There you go.
Speaking of Mario.
Yeah, see, there you go.
I told you I'm a fucking nerd. I got a Mario backpack just on standby.
That's right. I got a Yoshi popcorn bucket. So.
There we go. Actually, you know what? Fun fact. I bought that in California in the OC at a Walmart somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That was in Anaheim, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I was in Anaheim.
I feel like with Mario, I'm a big fan of the flower power. So he gets a little flower. He starts, but first he's going to start stomping on him like crazy as Mario does, really stomp him to the ground. And then he picks up a flower and then he starts really burning the hell out of that opponent. And that opponent is now into flames. And then just after that, he's just going to be a total dick and then jump on a flag and then go straight to the castle.
There you go. I think I'm trying to picture Mario as a violent person because I feel like he's just so happy-go-lucky, eats pasta, and I'm a Mario. You know what I mean? Like,
it's me.
So I'm gonna draw off his plumber background, and I just say he pulls out a wrench and beats the crap out of you with a wrench.
There you go. So let's stay with the plumber thing. So 2 things we know about Mario, right? Plumber. And we can assume he's Italian based on his voice and his name. And so you get the finish him screen and it goes to a close up of him and he's doing like the De Niro, like,
what? I don't know why I didn't think of that.
You talking to me? Like, and then he walks up and he pulls out a toilet plunger and he like pushes it in their face and he's doing this until he like pulls.
Your face comes off.
Yeah, until their face comes off and you see it like on the edge of the thing.
Or you could do like a Godfather thing.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, you guys went full Godfather.
Mario Mafia on you.
Yeah. Total Soprano.
Yeah, there you go. There's one.
Yeah.
Freaking Mario Soprano over here.
All right, one final one. And let's do one that is, I mean, we thought Mario was sweet. We thought that was that was going to be difficult. But this one right here, how do you make Yoshi? How does Yoshi get involved?
You just trying to make it hard on us, huh?
Wow. Especially a violent Yoshi. Oh my god.
Yeah, I feel like he does one of those kind of scorpion things. His tongue comes out and just rips the flesh off your face. And the only thing's left is your skull.
Yeah.
And he just like sitting there all like googly eyed, like he don't know what's going on, which makes it scarier to me because he just ripped someone's face off like he didn't care.
Yeah, I can't even do anything else on top of what you're saying except
you gotta use his tongue.
Yeah, you gotta use the tongue, eat it, and then spit it out, and nothing but the skeleton comes out at the end.
There you go.
How about this? So obviously Yoshi is in the Super Mario games, but he's also in the racing games. All of a sudden it says finish him and you hear boom, 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 and he's in his cart and then he just boom, he like runs him over and he just keeps backing up and over, like rolling over, backing up, rolling over until it's just a mess.
That's awesome. I like that one.
Nice and family friendly we got.
Yeah.
Poor Yoshi. How do we do Yoshi?
Bring the kids.
We found a way to step into the Villainz Lair and really ruin your childhood.
Yeah.
And your child's childhood. All right. Well, that was super fun. I love that segment. But let's do something now. Let's kick it back to maybe a more Mortal Kombat centric. And we're talking about Mortal Kombat characters and which one you would want. I'm going to list a scenario, and you are going to select the Mortal Kombat character, the single Mortal Kombat character you would want to be your wingman, your partner in crime, whatever the scenario, to be along with you in this instance. So the first one we're going to do here is you're trying to pull off the heist of the century and rob this high security bank with the craziest vault you've ever seen. Which character are you bringing along with you to pull this off? While you guys think about that for a second, I'll give you mine.
Okay, go for it.
I'm going to go with Sub-Zero.
Okay.
Because not only could he help crowd control and get everything going, but once we get to the vault and we don't have the keys, we don't have the code, and we don't have anything, I'm thinking similar to Ant-Man, where he breaks into the vault, he is able to freeze. He gets so cold, he's able to turn that vault door into pure ice, and then we shatter the vault door, get in.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. I got one. I think I'd go with Jax because he's special forces and they, ex-military.
Yeah.
He's got these big giant metal arms and you could rip the vault off if we need to. And he can control the room, you know what I mean? On some military special ops type of thing. So I'd go with Jax.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna do a little Ocean's 11 mission over
there.
There
you
go. Bank heist, and I'm gonna go with my main man Shang Tsung.
Okay.
So he can basically shapeshift and morph into anyone. So
anyone.
So literally, he's gonna shapeshift into that bank CEO, and he's gonna walk with me like nothing's happening. And or he could just be a guard, and I'll dress up as a guard, and everyone knows him as one of the head security guard in a bank vault, so we can easily get that money. No one's gonna get killed, no one's gonna get hurt. And
wait, no one's gonna get killed? That don't sound fun.
I'm gonna keep it.
That's not Mortal
Villainz Lair.
Yeah, but to keep it fun, because Shang Tsung is such a good friend, and he's my wingman. Like in any bars, if I get rejected with a girl, and Shang Tsung is such a good friend, he's gonna shapeshift into my dream woman because he's taking one for the team.
There you go.
Wow.
There you
but
go.
You know what he actually is, right?
I do, but I'm going to pretend that I don't.
It's funny you mention that because our next scenario is that exact thing. Which character, we're talking about wingman, do you want as your actual wingman pulling a number at a bar?
Johnny Cage.
Okay, so I feel like Johnny Cage is the natural, obvious answer, but I'd be too afraid of Johnny Cage pulling her for himself, and then you're like,
he can't hit them all. He can't hit them all. I get the shrapnel. You know what I'm saying? Anything that he can't get, I'll take the shrapnel.
I was thinking Kano. If you've seen the Mortal Kombat movies, Kano is the comedy relief
for sure
of the guys. So I'm thinking yeah, man, he gets everyone laughing and in a good mood. That seems like what you want, what you need in a good wingman. I would go Kano. I just gotta kind of make sure he's not giving him too much of the eye, and then put the whole thing.
The eye, the one eye.
I'm gonna go wing woman here because she'll help me out and scare the hell out of whatever woman I'm trying to hit on at a bar, and I'm gonna go with Katana.
There you go.
And Katana seems like if Katana's loyal to you as a friend, oh boy, she's not gonna let that woman out of your sight anytime soon.
For sure.
Yeah, and if you're starting to sweat a little bit because you're nervous, she can just fan you and
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And she makes you she'll take her mask off and scare everybody. She makes you look like a pimp in the club because she's fanning you and shit, and all the girls are like, who is this guy?
And what women don't want to be friends with Katana? Once you get in her good side,
you know what I mean?
All right, one final one here. Let's say you have to fight off an alien invasion, maybe Mars Attack style, where they're kind of like goofy and floating around and got laser guns. Who are you fighting off a Mars Attack alien invasion with?
Goro.
Oh, okay.
He's got forearms. He's gonna grab them up, just throwing them everywhere, kicking them. I'm gonna go with him.
I feel like with Goro too, you can just stand behind him at all times and get.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like you're good there
until Cole Young shows up, and then your Goro armor is shot.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with Raiden over here.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, Raiden was electric powers.
That's one zap, just zap them all.
Just zap them out right before the flying saucers coming in and landing. You already have like a head start of them crashing. So I'm gonna have to go with Raiden because he can take out a bunch of them all at once.
That's a good one.
And maybe take out their guns too, or whatever they have, So yeah, Raiden.
That would have been my character as well. He could short circuit whatever technology they have, and I think, and then whatever flying body press he could do to the guys that are in the air, that'd be dope.
My other one would have been also Reptile. Because if was gonna invade us, at least Reptile would be like kind of on my side and be like, "Hey guys, I'm with you. Do whatever you want. I'll take you to our leader right now. I'll be in your side."
Yeah, because Reptile, I feel like they might, it's like one of those, take like you said, take me to your leader things. Like they see Reptile and think Reptile's their master, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, master!" Like they become minions for Reptile.
Yeah, he's already a reptilian, so why not?
Yeah, you know what I mean? They think it's their god.
Right, exactly.
So then you now you possess the army.
There you go.
Yourself, and you can take over the world.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we've done, Mortal Kombat. We had some good Mortal Kombat celebration. We've done the day justice. We've done the moment right with some of these segments and conversations. Typically, we'd probably say thank you at this point, Santino. However, today's final thought, I think you're going to want to stick around for it because it kind of plays off what we were just talking about and makes it a little more real. Alvin, what are your final thoughts for today?
Here are the final thoughts of today. So if you're looking all over social media, the news even, this is some big news coming out of the White House. They released a lot of UFO files.
True.
Today. And it's such a big deal, obviously. There's conspiracy theories going around everywhere. And some conspiracy theories are starting to come out through, although they never did confirm that it was aliens, but they're pretty much saying, hey, it's aliens.
We're not saying, but we're saying.
We're saying it, yeah.
but now, like we're always talking about art imitating life in the show, and that exact phrase too. What now? What's up with these sci-fi movies? Are they all of a sudden true documentaries?
True documentaries, right. Now we're going back and watching them and trying to take notes and preparing for whatever's coming next. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, the next person that's telling me like their stomach hurts or their chest or something, I'm running. I'm not sticking around.
Trying to deal with no chest bursters.
Nope. Yeah, I don't want to see any of that. Every time I'm walking by a tree, I'm looking in the tree to make sure that like I don't see like
no predator
moving around. Yeah, nope, don't need any of that.
Especially out there when it gets hot.
Exactly.
And I also hold by my statement. If they come in here, hey guys, I'm on your side. Let me be with you.
Yeah.
Me too. Take me out there, man. I'm sick of this planet.
Yeah.
Trying to see where y'all come from. They got good trees out there.
Yeah, take us all three, our close friends and families. And
how much is a gram on your planet?
Yeah, when they come in, we'll just show them. All right, this is the best stuff we got right now. Let's compare.
Yeah, I'm sure they got some out of this world shit, literally.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that's going to do it for today's show. We want to say thank you to everyone who watched today. If you rocked with us for 40 minutes, we appreciate you so much. There's so many ways to help this channel out by liking, by sharing, subscribing. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, and we promise to give you the best content and the most news and the most movie reviews and just the most fun that you'll have in the geek culture right now. You can expect a Mortal Kombat 2 movie review on the channel later today. So everyone that's been rocking with us for today, we thank you so much. Santino Corleon, we thank you so much for stepping in.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
It. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Alvin.
Nice to meet you too. Until next time.
Yes.